Hollywood, Florida, outside a packed casino, the rapper Offset was shot. We have video claiming to show the moments before and the chaos right after. What happens in between? That's still missing. And the one suspect who was charged only hit with a misdemeanor? So if he didn't pull the trigger, who did? And why are investigators still looking for more people? Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Hollywood, Florida. It's about 20 minutes north of Miami. Late at night outside the Seminole Hard Rock Casino. I've been there before. It's a great property. The valet area is packed, cars pulling in, lights everywhere, people moving in and out. It's what you expect for a property like that. And in the middle of all that, the rapper Offset is reportedly shot. He's expected to survive. That's the good news. But he was shot. And the details of what led up to that moment, very, very strange, very, very confusing. There's video right now that's circulating from this Instagram account. It's called Only in Dade. And I want to be very clear here. This account claims these clips capture some of the critical moments, but police have not confirmed their authenticity, okay? So just think about it as we talk about it. Now, here you can see who appears to be Offset standing in the hotel area. Unsure exactly what part of the hotel. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. He's just appears to be standing there. No obvious tension. No clear sign of what's about to happen. But then you have this other video taken moments later. Chaos. Someone is on the ground. Another person's being pulled away. The police lights flood the entire scene. So the question becomes, what happened in between those moments? Because that gap, that's where this story really begins. Now, police did make an arrest, okay? The rapper, Liltjay, was taken into custody, booked into the Broward County Jail. But this is the part that doesn't maybe add up for you. You might say, oh my gosh, he was arrested. He's probably involved in the shooting, right? No, 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 no.
You, just you, building your app on Base 44. Describe it.
He was charged, right? He was arrested. He's probably involved in the shooting, right? No, 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 no. He was charged right now with disorderly conduct. That's a misdemeanor. So essentially, he seems to be accused of being involved in an altercation, maybe a fight that happened before the shooting. So again, not attempted murder, not a weapons charge. If he wasn't the one who pulled the trigger, then who did? And there's another layer, and this is kind of hard to ignore. Offset's cousin, Takeoff, was shot and killed in 2022 in Houston. And since then, the rapper Quavo has been publicly pushing for solutions to gun violence, even sitting down with Kamala Harris to talk about preventing situations exactly like this. So when Offset is shot just a few years later, it naturally raises a lot of questions. We're not saying they're connected in any way, but how do we not talk about both?
Yo, I just scrolled on TikTok right now, and someone was doing a video saying Quavo put a hit on Offset, and he did the same with Takeoff. And I'm like, what? Like, even let's say he does that, what does he gain? Because he didn't gain anything over the years. It's not like he's the hottest artist right now. Like, he didn't gain anything from it. So I don't understand when people put these things together. It's like, bro, come on.
And I'm going to bring in retired NYPD Detective David Sarney in just a moment to break all this down, what investigators may be looking for here. But here's why this case may actually be a lot more complicated than it first appears. So Monday night, April 6th, around 7 p.m., outside the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida, here's what police said initially. And this is a statement that we received from Gary Bittner. He's the public information officer for Seminole PD. Quote, "We are aware of an incident that occurred at a valet area after 7 p.m. Monday outside of Seminole Hard Rock, Hollywood, that resulted in non-life-threatening injuries to an individual who was transported to Memorial Regional Hospital in Hollywood. Seminole police were on site immediately and the situation was contained quickly. 2 individuals have been detained by police. The investigation is ongoing. The site is secure and there is no threat to the public. Operations continue as normal." So that was their original statement. 2 people detained, 1 person injured, and then the next day they updated it. We received this. 1 person has been charged in connection with the incident. Tion Jaden Merritt has been charged with disorderly conduct, affray, a first-degree misdemeanor under Florida statute 870.01. The incident began with an affray or fight. Merritt was booked into the Broward County Jail late last night. A second person detained at the scene has not been charged. The investigation to identify one or more additional persons involved in the incident is ongoing. The injured individual remains at Memorial Regional Hospital in Hollywood with a non-life-threatening injury. So Merritt, the rapper Liltjay, was booked into jail, seemingly not for shooting anybody, but for allegedly a fight. And this second person that was detained, this person was never charged. We don't have the identity of this person. But according to inmate records, Merritt was being held on $500 bond for the disorderly conduct charge, plus another $2,500 bond for a separate traffic violation, seemingly driving without a license. The record shows he has since bonded out on those offenses. But let's go back to Offset. Real name, Kiari Kendall-Cephas, was reportedly shot outside the casino. As I mentioned before, he was once married to the singer Cardi B. Two share 3 kids together. She filed for divorce from Offset back in 2024. But actually, if you go back to Merritt, Liltjay, his attorney, Dawn Florio, put out a statement to her Instagram account saying Liltjay has not been shot, nor has Liltjay been charged with any shooting. Any reporting to the contrary is false. We encourage people to consult trusted news sources and to verify the accuracy of any reporting before reflexively sharing or repeating baseless rumors. So his lawyer is saying flat out he didn't do it. He's not part of this. And the charges seemingly at this point back that up. If police thought that he pulled the trigger, he wouldn't have been sitting on a $500 bond for disorderly conduct, right? So that leaves the obvious question, if Liltjay was charged with fighting, not the shooting, then who actually shot Offset? So police say their investigation to identify one or more additional persons is ongoing. They're still looking for somebody. Now, before I bring in Detective Sarney, I want to give you some context on Offset, because this isn't the first time that he's been involved in the middle of a chaotic, high-profile situation. He is 1/3 of Migos, so this is the hip-hop trio that basically changed the sound of rap in the 2010s. Versace, Bad and Bougie, Motorsport, just some of the highlights. But here's where his personal life gets just as loud as his music. When Offset married Cardi B, remember when I said that they got married, they share 3 kids together. She filed for divorce from Offset back in 2024, but the two had actually secretly got married. They wed secretly in Atlanta back in September of 2017, and then they announced their engagement a month later. A little backwards, but that's how they did it. And look, their relationship reportedly has been a lot. So she originally...
They got married secretly. So what we saw as the proposal was not actually the proposal. Everything was done. Wow. That's kind of smart. That's kind of smart, especially you being a famous person and you like, yo, this is our time, this is our moment. We're gonna bring our family, and we're gonna do stuff. We're gonna be like, no one is not. It's not like it's gonna know. Only family knows, right? And then we're gonna get married and we're gonna do everything, right? And then announcing it to the world as like, yo, this we got engaged, because I've never seen after that engagement there was no pictures of the wedding, the dresses, and everything. It's like that's kind of smart, or maybe they are, but yo,
apparently filed for divorce once in 2020, called it off, files again in July 2024, and this time it got ugly. I mean, we covered this on a previous episode of Sidebar, so I'll just give you the highlights here. But Cardi B has made serious allegations against Offset, accusing him of stalking her, harassing her, even seemingly threatening to kill her. Now, Offset never really officially, publicly responded to any of that. His rep kind of stayed quiet. But when you hear that Offset was shot outside a casino, part of why this story explodes is because of everything else that has happened in his life. His notoriety, how he's been involved in a lot of public attention. His name already carries a lot of the weight. It carries a lot of drama, the headlines, the Cardi B connection. And to be clear, I'm not saying that any of that is connected to his shooting, but you just have to understand his life in that context. And there's even another layer here that's heavier. I just got to go back to Offset's cousin, Takeoff. He was also a member of Migos, a massive star. November 2022, Takeoff was shot and killed outside a bowling alley in Houston. He was 28 years old. And that case is still working its way through the system. There's a man named Patrick Clark. He's been charged, maintains his innocence. His trial is scheduled for November of this year. And since Takeoff's death, the third member of Migos, Quavo, has been on a mission. He started the Rocket Foundation in Takeoff's honor. He's committed millions to gun violence intervention. And on what would have been Takeoff's 30th birthday, Quavo held a summit in Atlanta, and he sat down with Vice President Kamala Harris to talk about preventing shootings exactly like the one that killed his nephew. So when Offset gets shot years later at a casino late at night, you have this chaos. You can understand, A, how upsetting this is, how unfortunate this is, and you can also understand why people's minds go to certain places. Again, I'm not saying any of this is connected, but you have to put everything into context, and I want to talk about it.
Rapper Liltjay is out of jail after being arrested at the Hard Rock Casino last night.
And that same casino is exactly where rapper Offset was shot after some sort of a fight broke out. Local 10's crime specialist Bridget Matter is joining us live right now. And Bridget, I know Liltjay had some words for Offset as he was leaving jail. Fill us in.
Yeah, Christy, he had a lot to say when he was bonding out of jail, including what he says he heard Offset say after he was shot. Now, to be clear, Liltjay has not been charged with any type of shooting charge, and Offset, he remains here at the hospital. Still a lot of questions about what exactly happened. This is rapper Liltjay bonding out of the Broward County Jail Tuesday afternoon.
Fight who? Were you involved in a fight at the casino?
Yo, bro came out of like the station or jail smiling, happy, like enjoying himself, bro. Like he's smiling. Did you see his face, bro? Look at his face, bro. Look at his face. Let me
County
get
Jail
it out.
Tuesday
Look at his
afternoon.
face, bro. Look at that.
Fight who?
Look at that. Look at that smirk on that man's face, bro. He's happy for what he just did there. If he did shoot the gun, whatever, bro, you know? Like, even this reporter right here is like, bruh, you know what I mean? Look at his face. It's like, bro, you coming out happy? Like, you happy? You smiling? What?
Were you involved in a fight at the casino?
Does Offset owe you money?
I don't do no damn fighting.
The rapper's real name is Tyone Merritt. He was at Hollywood's Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Monday night when rapper Offset was shot. He told Local 10 cameras some of his account of what happened.
Yo, that shot me. That shot me. La la la. Is a rat cat.
What? This is where me and the behavior of gangster life and all that stuff is like, it's like these people are stupid, bro. It's like they're gonna be like, yo, you holding a gun trying to take my life, and I shout and I say, you trying to fucking shoot me, you trying to kill me, and I'm a rat for that? Like, make that make sense, bro. How am I a rat when you are trying to take my life and I'm fighting for it, and I don't have anyone around me, no security, allegedly, I don't know, but because in that the first video that we watched, it Offset walking, he was alone. So I'm thinking he had no security with him. So if he doesn't have security, I'm all alone, bro. I don't carry a gun. You have a gun. You come here with your guys, your mates, and then you pull out a gun on me. And then you expect me to be like, okay, I'm gonna keep quiet. Shoot me. You know what I mean? Like, shoot me, like, have fun with me, shoot me, whatever you like. I'm not gonna scream. I'm not gonna say, hey, help, what. I'm just gonna let you take my life. Stupid. Like the thought of it's like stupid. Like, how can you be this stupid, bruh? Like, I don't understand, like, how people can they be this stupid. This is dumb behavior, bro. These things of code, no snitching, dumb, stupid. You know what I mean? This is the stuff that gets people killed. This is why. Imagine you have some information, right? And they shoot someone in your family. And when you know who shot that person in your family, right? And basically everyone around here in this crime scene knows who shot you, whoever in your family. Let's say they are not dead, they're alive, but they just got shot in the leg or something. And then all of you are gonna be like, when the police comes and ask you questions, and then you're like, nah, we don't know. And then after that, the police doesn't get the person, then you're like, the police are useless. Like they're not doing their job, they're not getting this person. Do you mean their job is to ask you questions? That's how they find out the truth. They ask questions and people give them leads so they can make a fucking case and go get the guy. You are keeping quiet. The reason why people go to jail is because of eyewitnesses most of the time. I saw this person pulled out a gun and then goes in hand maybe with video evidence so they can put him in jail for a long time. You keeping quiet, this person's not gonna go to jail. You keeping quiet doesn't help the police. That's the people help the police to do their job, bro. You cannot sit there and be quiet and be like, nah, they're gonna figure it out. How? And then you cry for years like, the police are useless. But you don't want to talk. You know who killed who. You saying, hey, I know the guy, that's him. It's not because you a snitch, man. A snitch is someone who's trying to wiggle out of something. Just like now, someone shot Offset, right? And then someone in the crew, maybe they catch him, maybe because he looks similar, he stands or the way maybe he walks, the way he was dressed the same way. And then they say, yo, bro, you shot Offset, right? They catch him, and then he panics and say, yo, Liltjay shot Offset. This and who shot Offset? And then the police go get the guys, and then they arrest them. You are a snitch. You snitch on everybody and try to wiggle out of something. You tried to get out of trouble. There's no way someone is a snitch reporting a crime or the crime happening to them, and he says, yo, that's the guy that shot me, and you're gonna call him a rat, a snitch? What the? Like, what are we doing, bro? This behavior is the same thing that gets people killed. Being like, oh, street code. Dumb. That's dumb, bro. That's gonna get you killed.
Weirdos. Y'all in a good interview.
According to Seminole police, there was some sort of fight and a shooting at the valet area outside. 2 people were taken into custody, but no other details were made available. Offset boasts a whopping 23.8 million followers on social media with more than 17 million Spotify listeners monthly. He was married to well-known rap artist Cardi B. Offset's rep confirms he's in stable condition and is being closely monitored at a hospital. We asked Liltjay if there was a fight between them before the shooting.
Did he put his hands on you?
I don't know how many times I say shit like that. Nobody will touch me.
His lawyer said in a statement Liltjay has not been shot, nor has Liltjay been charged with any shooting. Any reporting to the contrary is false. We have requested the official arrest form for Liltjay. We are waiting on that, and I did reach back out to Offset's rep with a few more follow-up questions, waiting on her response as well. We're live in Hollywood. Bridget Matter, Local 10 News.
Wow, that was something. So, Bridget, I mean, you do a lot of these walks as these subjects come out of jail. This has to have taken the cake, though. This was very different. His demeanor was much different than the usual.
Yeah, Christy, we wait for defendants all the time, and they are not usually talkative. He had a lot to say, and what was interesting was he and the people that picked him up, they actually stayed in their Escalade in that car in the parking lot for a while. It seemed like there was some commotion inside of that vehicle. We thought maybe he would get back out and talk to us again, but they eventually drove off.
Okay, a very interesting day.
And another thing that shows you that he's dumb is because he's just said Offset read it, which that is gonna lead to, oh, that means you did shot him. Because what do you mean? He says, yeah, that one shot me, this guy shot me, and you say he read it on you. Basically, you are admitting that you did something, or someone that you know did something. That's dumb, bro. That's dumb. You shouldn't be. And the thing is, he was very talkative. Hey, Kulma, cool. You should rap it, bro. Rap it. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck up, man. These people. So this is the video after an Offset is laying down, bro. Just got shot. Shot him in his ass. Oh,
Violence here in the casino in Hard Rock.
bro, he's still trying to
He's
fight.
still going. He's still mad. They got this guy detained.
Ooh, so that's not Offset. Who's that?
Just shot a guy. This is the guy they shot. Oh my god. Oh, you tasing? You tasing now?
One of the people was
Bro, like sometimes I feel like God gives money to the wrong people, bro. Like, I'm being serious. Like, I feel like sometimes God gives money to the wrong people. Because, dog, you have money, man. You're not living in the hood anymore. You're not living like around, like, you wanna be like have money and live in the suburbs and in the nice neighborhoods, and then you wanna play gangster. You have all of this money. You've been blessed with all of this money and fame, which you can just make money when you are sleeping because your face and your name is huge. And then you decide to go do some gangster shit, go around pulling guns on people, and then you fucked up your whole entire life now. This is stupid, bro. This was just plain stupid. Things like this could have been talked out. Sit down, let's speak, bro. Let's solve what the fuck is wrong. Then problem solved. And people they wanna be like, nah, we're gonna pull out a gun on you. We're gonna try and fight you. Childish. And you young, bro. You got all this money and you young. Bro. Give me that money, bro. Show you how to do it.
detained but has not been arrested. However, the other person has been arrested. It's this guy, 24-year-old Tion Jaden Merritt. And if you don't recognize him by that name, maybe you know his stage name. He's known more publicly as Liltjay, who was signed to Columbia Records back in 2018 after the success of a few singles. On Spotify, he boasts 11 million monthly listeners, with top songs like Calling My Phone and Pop Out. Interestingly, though, one of his top songs is Run It Up, and it features Offset. So back to the shooting. Liltjay is charged in this shooting, yes, but he doesn't face an attempted murder charge or a weapons violation. No, instead, he's been charged with disorderly conduct. Let's go back to the press release on this one. Here's the second release that was made by the
said seen for the first time in these photos smoking outside of Memorial.
Yo, look at his face, bro. It looks like it's swollen. You know what I mean? It's like they beat him up before they shot him and stuff. And he's still gonna grab his smoke. Uh, yeah, this looks bad, bro. This right here looks bad. It doesn't look bad like medically, but it's like emotionally. You can tell in his face. It's like, man, like why? It's like, why are you doing this to yourself, bro? Like, or maybe they did it to him, but it's like, his life isn't going well. Got to, I think, then they divorced or they're in still, you know, in the divorce, whatever, and with, Cardi B, like his kids. Now he got many kids of this baby mamas, and man, his life hasn't been like, good. He might enjoy himself, but I'm sure when he goes to sleep, he's like, because you can tell with that face, it's like, man, bro.
Regional Hospital. He's also speaking for the first time on social media since being shot Monday at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. The Atlanta rapper commented, "You ain't bust nothing," in response to this.
Offset. He would never play with me like that in his life.
That's Tion Merritt, also known as rapper Liltjay. Seminole police accuse him of ordering his entourage to attack Offset at the valet of the casino. They charged him with disorderly conduct. He was released Tuesday afternoon.
The last thing I seen was Offset looking at me like this. Yo, that nigga shot me. That shot me. La la la. A rat, a cat, weirdos.
In this video, you can see a man lying on the ground with an officer on top of him, while police struggled to restrain another. TMZ snapped these pictures showing Offset on a stretcher, wounded. Paramedics took him to the hospital with non-life-threatening wounds. At this time, no one has been charged with pulling the trigger. Police say they are still looking. Tuesday morning on social media, Liltjay's lawyer posted a statement addressing what she calls false rumors that Liltjay was involved in a shooting. The question that remains is why all this happened in the first place. CBS News Miami asked Liltjay as he left jail.
Does somebody owe you money?
Ask Offset.
He owe you money?
Ask Offset.
Do you have issues with Offset?
Hell no.
Offset was married to popular rapper Cardi B. The two share 3 children. Offset's shooting comes just shy of 2 years since his brother and fellow Migo Takeoff was shot and killed in Houston.
Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, you have all of this money, right? And you're just gonna throw it all away for what? These people were they dumb to me, bro. They dumb to me. So yeah, man. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment. Yeah, man. Let's see, man, if this stuff boils down or doesn't go to something that huge. Because if they really did shoot him, he might want to get his leg back, and that's gonna be dirty. That's gonna be something that is crazy. Someone is gonna end up dead if that's true. Someone is gonna end up dead. So yeah, man. See you next time. Love. Peace.